I don't even think I started this. I don't know why I put it. Again, am I gonna reach this goal? I'm gonna go ahead and just delete this. If your dreams don't scare you, then are you making big enough dreams? Hello. We are back. It has been a minute since I've sat down and did like a reset with you guys, a goal check-in, a financial check-in, all that stuff. I took a break because I felt like my channel was only becoming these reset videos, and it's because I haven't been posting consistently, to be honest. Yeah, but I do miss these videos. That's why we're back today. We're gonna sit down together, review our goals that we set in the beginning of this year. Since it is the middle of the year, I think it's always good to just reflect on what we even wanted to accomplish, see if that's still relevant, because it's definitely okay if it's not relevant anymore. I'm not the same person I was in the beginning of this year, let alone the same person I was yesterday. So if your goals change, I think that's totally okay. Yeah, let's get into it. I hope you guys grabbed your coffee. Shout out to my apartment for having that coffee machine, so I don't need an espresso machine. Pairing it with my Magic Mind, which I'm pretty sure I showed this in my half marathon vlog. As you guys know, I've been trying to take a step away from drinking caffeine, but there are some days like today where I need coffee, and whenever I drink coffee, I still take Magic Mind. If you guys haven't heard of Magic Mind before, they are a green drink comprised of matcha and then a bunch of adaptogens, which adaptogens are really good for regulating your stress and your cortisol levels, and then also nootropics, which is really good for brain health. So I'll leave a link so you guys can learn a little bit more about Magic Minds. Their website has such a good description of all the ingredients that are listed in here. The ingredients here are just so amazing. I think it's like lion's mane, a bunch of vitamins, B2, B3, B12, vitamin C, and vitamin D. It has L-theanine, turmeric, so a lot of amazing ingredients in this like little bottle. I find that it's very hard to just have clean energy without like searching for some sort of caffeine fix. And it's actually been so crazy because when I do drink coffee, you guys, I crash so bad at the end of the day, like so bad after lunch. My energies dip so much, but since I've been drinking Magic Mind, I feel like my energy levels are pretty consistent. I feel good throughout the day. Jeez. And honestly, I think these taste like really good. But as someone who used to drink green powder, the gut powder, this is actually tasty, more tasty than that. It's like taking a shot. If you can take a shot of alcohol, you can take a shot of this. So I don't even want to hear anybody complaining about the taste, okay? I'm doing this, we're good. And then I have my coffee for that little extra kick. But yeah, if you guys want to try this, I'll leave a link in my description below, and you can get 48% off today off your subscription if you want to try it. Would definitely recommend giving this a try, and then give it like 5 days to kick in to really start feeling the effects. Enough about drinks. Let's get into the video, and we're gonna start off actually with our goals. So I'm gonna hop into my Notion. So we have seen Miss Girl before. This is my Notion. I love her so much. I actually have been using her pretty consistently, especially for this weekly thing. I already planned out my week and making sure I'm on track with my calendar and all of the events, stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, I'll leave a link below for my Notion. Here are all of my yearly goals that I set, and just looking at this, I feel like I'm at a pretty good space. So we'll start off with our career goals. So these ones right here. The first is read 2 design-related books a year. I'm actually starting that. I'm reading a UX book right now that has been so informational. It's just about how to communicate design to people who are not designers. And I feel like this book has been very helpful for me to just understand from everyone's point of view, whether you're a director or a developer, how people think about design and what's the best way to communicate them as a designer. My goal is to finish that at the end of this month. This one is to become an active member in a UI UX design community. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just delete this because I feel like I'm in the beginning of my UI UX career. Spend 1 hour a week dedicated to learning about UI UX. That has been really good. I finished my Figma design course, which I think I've talked about. And this new one that I'm trying to get started on is actually from Nielsen and Norman, which is an accredited UI UX like training company. So I'm looking into some of their courses and then take on more design projects at work. I have been taking, I feel like my job now is mostly design. I would say like 70% design and then 30% some other stuff, other projects and help that the team needs. One that I also want to include here is get my cloud practitioner. Start and finish my cloud practitioner training. So cloud is a big thing at our company and they do offer a bunch of cloud training. They also offer reimbursement. So if I get my cloud practitioner certification, they actually give us $500 just for passing the course, and training is free that they offer. I'll probably start this in August. In 2024, I intend to start and finish my cloud practitioner with the intention to take the certification in Q1 2025. I feel like that's a really good goal. We'll add this one in there. I don't think I had a career category last year, and I felt like if I don't know where I want my career to go, I'm gonna be put in projects that I have no interest in. Now that I'm like, okay, this is what I wanna do, this is the path that I wanna take. I also have interest in these things. My team and my managers are really good in putting me in those projects and making sure that I feel fulfilled. And the next one is finance. So have 2 low spending months. So it's already July. We're only a few days into July and I feel like I kind of have already spent a lot, so I'm like, am I gonna reach this goal? Say this is in progress. Hopefully we're able to reach that because we are going on a bunch of trips in August that I feel like I just want to save money and I also want to invest more money. I'm only putting like $25, $50 a month into my personal investing account, which again is better than nothing, but I really want to up that 100. And don't take more than 1,500 from my solutions fund. Last year, especially during summertime, I noticed that to pay off my credit cards, I had to pull from my emergency fund, which is not good, not something I recommend. But at the same time, I also call it my solutions fund. If I need money to help solve that problem, I have that fund there. So when I wasn't able to pay off my credit card with what I had in my checking account, I would go into my savings, pull out of that, put it into my checking account. It's not ideal at all, but there's a reason you have that, right? This year, I haven't taken anything out of my emergency fund or my solutions fund. I've only been adding to it, which is such a good feeling. We can talk about all my finances later. I also want to do like an updated financial routine, all that stuff, how I think about money, because financial literacy is so important and something that we should all be very aware of, especially if you want to build wealth. Like for me, building generational wealth is one of my main priorities in life. Like in order for me to build generational wealth, I have to be financially literate and very aware with how I'm spending my money, and it's okay if I make mistakes here and there, but acknowledging and making those mistakes and then doing something about it, right? I think that's the next part of it. Hit my solutions fund, car fund, and home fund. Those are the 3 categories or buckets that I'm really trying to hit. All of these are still very relevant. I think the only one I'm gonna add is to increase contributions to duration, long-term. I want this to be a long-term goal, not just for a short amount of time. This year, 2024, I intend to $100 to $200. So that means I just have to either make more or spend less. And we're gonna try to do both. So for social, this is like everything that has to do with like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. I have 2. The first one is to research and test different AI platforms to help speed up editing, content creation, and planning. I currently use ChatGPT to help me write like at least the skeleton of how I want to structure my videos, maybe help with my descriptions. It gives me a solid baseline. I used to use Descript, which would take out all of my transcript and then I can edit videos that way. So like basically it's like closed captionings and then I can delete words and it would delete the sections of the video. I stopped using Descript, but it was really cool just to like learn how to use a different editing software. Those are the 2 that I have tried. I feel like this one isn't really relevant to me anymore, but I have tested and tried different editing software. So I have Premiere, DaVinci, and then I also use CapCut. So I'm still like debating if I like Premiere more than DaVinci. I'm still up in the air. Every video is like different on how I want to do it, but I feel like CapCut has been the one that like is like the easiest, especially if you're just starting to get into content creation. I feel like I'm actually just gonna mark this as done because I did play around with it. I do use AI in terms of like planning part of it, but in terms of like the actual creating the videos, editing videos, not so much. If there's something out there that you guys find helpful or you've heard of that I should try out, please let me know. So the next one is create 100 shitty videos on YouTube. Before I started my social media account, I was listening to Hindsight. I love Hindsight. I still follow him to this day. When you start your YouTube channel, create 100 shitty videos, and then from there decide if it's something you want to keep pursuing or if it's something that, you know, you tried and that it just doesn't serve you and you gave it your all. This year I had 66 videos. I'm now at 83 videos. So we have about 17 more videos to go. So we're making good progress. I have been posting on Sundays. I was really good in the beginning of this year, pretty much posting every single Sunday. When I got my new camera, I kind of took a break. I'm trying again for Q3 to be consistently posting on Sundays. The other social goal that I do want to add in here is to follow my YouTube strategy, which now I think my approach to my channel is going to be wellness diary focused videos. One vlog is going to be a finance video, and then another one is going to be like a fun video, like a Sunday reset, something random. Following that format will be helpful for me because it's a bit like a guideline versus like, oh shit, what am I going to post this month? So for health and wellness, my goal was to run the San Diego Half Marathon, which I posted a vlog about. If you guys didn't see, make sure you guys check it out. I'll leave a link somewhere in this video. It was so freaking fun. I ran my fastest time. Very happy with that. So we can go ahead and mark this as done. Have an intentional morning and night skincare routine. I kind of also talked about my skincare routine in my last video. This is the esthetician that I follow. I love her content, but she breaks it down so easy. And then the other one is to have more hobbies. I don't even think I started this. I don't know why I put it in progress. The one that I want to add since the half marathon is over is run 1 to 2 times a week. I do want to just practice hybrid training. So I want to do Pilates once a week, yoga once a week, and then strength training and running. So upper body with a run, like a 3-mile run or a 5-mile run, and then legs. That is like how I'm approaching my health this time around. Last goal is personal. So read 4 books this year. I believe I read 2 books so far. And then no drinking for an entire month. I haven't started this one. This one is still a goal. I think November or October that I will not drink for an entire month. Not kombucha, not cocktails, not anything. Oh, another personal goal that I want to add, learn Japanese. We're going to Japan in September. We booked our tickets and we're all taking lessons on Duolingo. These are all of my yearly goals for this year, and we'll revisit in December. But I think I'm gonna set my monthly goals, which I will review with you guys quarterly. Here are all of my July goals that I set in the beginning of the month. As you can see, my career, finance, social, health and wellness, and personal all align with what I am trying to complete yearly. And I feel like that's a good way to structure your goals, is that if you have yearly goals, every month go in, review your yearly goals, and then create goals based on what your yearly goals are, and then you can add and take out whatever you want there. But I think that's the most successful for me to reach the goals that I set in the beginning of this year. Otherwise, I'm never gonna look at my yearly goals and we're not gonna make any progress towards them. Now we are getting into our finances, which I set up in the beginning of this year. I do have a savings tracker because Copilot doesn't have like a savings tracker within the app inherently, so I just made my own. I go into this one every single month and I just double check how much was automatically put into my savings buckets. So right now I have SoFi. That is where I put all of my saving goals, all of my saving buckets. I have some automatic payments that I do bi-weekly that will take from my paycheck a certain amount and then put it into those buckets. SoFi's APY is 4.6 right now for their savings, and I think it's like 0.5 for their checking account. So even if you have money in your checking account, you still can gain interest on that. I would just honestly, if you're looking for a new bank, please, please, please make sure that you are putting your money and savings into a bank with a high APY. I used to have Wells Fargo's, which I think APY was like at a 0.01, so I'd be getting like nickels and dimes when I would save, right? I get an additional $200 total in my savings buckets. Like I wanted to save $20,000 into my solutions fund this year. Just from interest alone, I get an additional $68 a month just for having that money in my savings account that I'm already contributing to, that's just sitting there, that will continue to sit there. I'll leave a link to SoFi below and to Ally below, two really good online banking accounts that I would look into that I love. Anyways, I feel like I just went on a tangent, but yeah, I'll be posting more finance stuff soon. It is just a matter of me sitting down and putting all of my thoughts together. We're gonna go into my savings tracker. So this is what she looks like. I just have her in Google Sheets. I have up here what my monthly income is, how much my paycheck goal is that I wanna save every paycheck. So I want 30% of my paycheck to go straight to savings. And then that's just like the total amount, like how much I would be saving every month. These buckets up here, so my solutions fund, home, Roth IRA, Japan trip, and Christmas. These are the saving buckets that I'm prioritizing for 2024. Below are these ones are like nice to save for, things that I would love to save for, but maybe are not a priority right now. Wedding, a car, and then Bali 2025. So we'll start off with my prioritize. Updated these a little bit ago, but in these buckets, I don't account for any of the interest gained just because my goals have to deal with how much I want to contribute to the account myself, not necessarily the interest. The interest is like the cherry on top, right? Like, oh shit, like I put in 20,000, but here's where it's at. But knowing that you hit that goal, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So my goal this year for my solutions fund is to save $20,000. I started this year off with 16,000 and now I'm at 18,366. All of the interest that I've been gaining, I'm actually at 18,911. I just want to make sure that I'm hitting my own personal goal of putting in that additional $4,000. So I think I'm a little behind, which this month I'll probably try to catch up. For home, I want to save $4,000, almost $5,000 this year. Started at $5,000 beginning of 2024, and this is how much I've saved so far. In my SoFi, it says that I've saved $15,238. For Roth IRA, I'm pretty much on track to hit maximum contributions for 2024, which is $7,000. The next one is my Japan trip, which we're actually very, very close hitting. I actually pulled out recently from that account to buy the plane ticket, which was about $500, but I've been still saving to that. So we're at $2,910 right now, so saving a little bit more. And then Christmas, my goal is to save $1,200, and I have not updated that, but basically we're at $600 right now, which makes a lot of sense. We're about halfway through the year. And then wedding, my current account is at $880 basically. But hey, at least I have $800 to start with. I think that's a win. Car, I'm hoping my car lasts until like 2027. I think my parents got hurt in like 2007, but luckily I only go into the office once a week and we typically drive Julian's car. So I'm hoping and praying she's still in really good condition. I've been taking care of her. She's still doing really well. So I'm hoping she lasts me a few more years, but I'm starting to save up for a car now. In my account, I have $7,732. And the last one is Bali. We're planning to go next year. $3,000 is what I'm hoping to save for that trip as well, which I don't think I would use the entire $3,000 because Bali is pretty much an affordable place to travel to. Right now I only have $200 in there. When we finish our Japan trip, I'll probably start planning for Bali. But we're also planning to go for the Philippines beginning of January, so I have to think about that as well. This is basically all of my savings for this year, really making really good progress. I might sit down with some of these and just think about how I'm going to continue making sure I meet those goals. The one thing I did miss putting back into my Notion, which let's just do that now, my net worth. This may be a very lofty goal, but if your dreams don't scare you, then are you making big enough dreams? But for finance, I want to do my best to hit, which is also why I want to invest more into my personal account, is to hit $1 million net worth by the time I'm 30. That is the goal, which is why I want to invest more, which is why I want to put more into a property, real estate investment, anything that I can to build generational wealth. Now we're gonna go into our Copilot. I would say one of the limitations of Copilot, I love spreadsheets because they can have really good graphic charts that you can view. You can see the percentages of how much you're spending in groceries, how much are you spending of your income in rent. Copilot hasn't released any of those functionalities, which is an area that I do think they're lacking in. But when it comes to budgeting every single month, I think their application is top tier, and because they're a startup, I think they're going to be adding that functionality later down in the line. So for right now, this is how I'm looking at all of my spending for 2024. I will say let's disregard 2022 and 2023 because I didn't start using Copilot till the end of 2023, so I do not know how accurate their poolings are from this. I think it's only from a few accounts. 2024 is the most accurate, so total spent this year is $35,000, which sounds like a lot, and how much I spend on average is $5,000 a month, which $5,000 spending sounds like a lot to me. I just want to get under this like $5,000 average monthly spend and cut down if I can. So yeah, I'd say the only limitation that I feel like I would love to review with you guys is going through my categories of spending. That's everything for today's video. I feel like I talked a lot, but hopefully this motivated you to take a look at all your goals that you started at the end of this year. If you don't have any goals, maybe start planning goals for the rest of the month. Don't wait until 2025 to just like get on your shit. Do it now. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out Magic Mind. I'll leave a link to all the things that I mentioned in this video in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back at the end of quarter 3 into quarter 4 for another reset, and we can review all this together. So love you guys. Bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Love you. Mwah.